Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today it's time to start looking into season 96, and for this season I'm running the team livery, and because I'm back in Pro 2, I don't have a technical director, and before race 1 I need to sign a technical director, so let's get going onto the marketplace for technical directors, and I will just sort on the pit coordination. I can do this because I am a GPRO supporter, and you can be as well. And I went just down the list, and the first one that was available that wasn't too expensive was Sam Robbins at the time when I offered the contract, and he has a lovely 161 pit coordination, which is really nice, and I prefer the pit coordination above experience personally. And I just offered him a basic contract of 80% of what he wanted for 17 races, and bonus money is $1, and I am the only one bidding on him. I should get him. Great news, Sam Robinson has signed the contract as a technical director, so that's one thing that is done for now. So let's take a closer look at Sam Robinson. You can see that the pit coordination is 161, which is really nice, and what I prefer in the technical director. And the salary is 300k a race with $1 bonuses. And now it's time to go on to the next part of the video. Because I promoted from amateur, I received a sponsorship offer. This is a promotion sponsor that you get from promoting from one tier to another. And in my case, I got a lovely sponsor for the nose, just above 1 million a race for 34 races. I haven't accepted the contract, and the only thing I need to make sure is to activate the contract before I relegate back to amateur, and I won't be accepting the contract just yet, as I don't need the money currently. I will accept it later. The first 4 races I will be doing with my old driver that I had in amateur. He's currently 151 overall. If you take out the motivation, he is 132 overall, and with just 3 races time to lower it is quite tricky. It might be possible, but I doubt that I can make it. Even if I make it, I'm not quite sure that this driver will be ready next season for a promotion push. So I've decided to run the first 4 races with this driver. Sadly miss out on the favorite track at Mugello, but we can sign another driver later in the season. Time to take a look into the tire supplier for Pro. Obviously we have the 3 expensive options, but we won't be looking at them. You have the Yokohama that has got a price increase of 200k this season, and then the other real option is the Dunlop, and if you want to fancy for something else, we have the Avon, that is an option as well. So let's take a look at the qualifying so far. We can see that the most of the group has decided to switch from Yokos to Dunlops, as the Dunlop is the favorite tire in this group, with a few Evans and a few Yokos, and 1 Conti and 2 Baddies so far. It's time to pick a tire supplier for myself. Originally I wanted to go for the Dunlop, but because I saw that most of the group has Dunlops, I decided to go with Evan, because I'd like to have a different tire than everyone else. So let's sign the contract, and I can use the durability of the Evan to go slightly softer, or go longer, or block some cars. It's time to take a look at the staff and facilities. More about the staff this one. As we are now in Pro, we can update the facilities up until level 60. But currently I have 37 in commercial, and I can only add 20 levels to commercial. So I can only go to 57. And I would like to update the pit stop training center as well, with as many levels as I can. So that should be all updates for now, before we start training in a few races time. And confirm the updates, and lovely money spent, and hopefully the pit crew has some facilities to get some good pit stops. Race 1 of the season, qualified in 18th position on the start grid, and at the finish line I managed to finish in 9th position, very close to the points, but just outside of the points, mainly because my driver ran out of energy and I wasn't boosting at the last stages of the race. So let's take a look at the race analyzed. Here we can see we started in 18th position at 50 CT and finished the race with 0 energy. So let's take a look at the last few laps. We can see that 68 was fastest lap, and after that the lap time got slightly slower. So somewhere in the last 2 laps or the last 3, the energy ran out. So now let's take a look at the driver and what to do for next race. Some time has passed and my driver has gained some energy, and for driver training, originally I would want to do ninja training to get some extra aggression, but I need to do Spa Resort to get 100% energy because I'm pushing in the second race as well. So let's train Spa Resort and confirm, and lovely energy back to 100. That gained a little bit of motivation. Time for race 2 of the season, starting in the 21st position here at Melbourne. And I had a lovely start, starting 21st, and at the end of the lap I will be in 13th position. It's a really nice start. I think it helped a lot with the end result of this race. Passing some nice cars. Possibly I might have been stuck in the first stint behind a slower car that could have cost me 1 or 2 points, possibly, but at least I had a really nice start. So 13th after lap 1, and finished the race in 9th position, just about 5 seconds behind the points, and maybe more was possible, but I don't really feel like that much was possible. At least there's one more race down, and let's take a look at the race analyze. Here in the race analyze we can see starting in 21st position and 13th after lap 1, running 49 CT this race, 10% energy left, so could have gone a little bit more. And boosted at the last 3 laps of the race to see if there might be an overtake for a few points. Lovely pit stop, happy with that, and let's go to the next race. Did you know that there are many more GPRO videos on the channel? Why not hit that subscribe button and watch them later? Time for race 3 of the season here at Mexico City, starting in 10th position and doing an extra soft 2-stop with the Evan. And I think it's very critical that we clear as many cars as possible at the start, and I'm having a lovely start yet again, getting a +7, starting from 10th, and after the first lap I will be in 3rd position, and I am not blocked for the rest of the race, which is really nice. So here after the first lap in 3rd, +7, and let's go until the end, and we will see that I finished the race in a 4th position, losing the podium on the last lap of the race, but that was due to the fact that my driver was out of energy. Let's take a look at the race analyze. Started the race in 10th position, 3rd after the first lap, running 60 CT at 0 energy left at the finish. So finished the race in 4th position and lost the podium on the last lap. Did a boost, but I ran out of energy already. I don't think I got a 3rd position if I ran some less CT, but I'm not quite sure about that one. Let's take a look at the season standings. Here we can see after 3 races that I have collected 5 points, the 5 points that I am after, and I'm really happy with. Hopefully it's already enough to retain this season in Pro. I think it's time to say goodbye to my driver. He has been really great in amateur last season, and it's time to say goodbye and look for another driver. I think I have found my new driver, Julia La Rosa. We will take a closer look at her at a later time, but first let's offer her a contract. I will be bidding her for 80% of what she's asking. I think I will be the only one that's offering her a contract. The market has cooled down and she is on a lower category. So 17 races, $1 bonus, and offer the contract. Great news! Julia La Rosa has accepted my contract offer, so let's take a look at her. Here she is, 154 talent. It is a lower talent, but the build is viable. So she has only 101 stamina to start with, so we will be focusing on the stamina training. But first, let's extend the contract, which is another 17 races, so we don't need to worry about it anymore. I don't think I need the motivation boost to be able to score some points later in the season. So let's take a look at driver training. For driver training, I will be doing fitness training for the rest of the season to get the stamina as high as possible, and also we will be doing some testing. She will get some stamina from testing as well. So lovely, that's everything done, and next season there should be another contract extension, and then season 98 should be the promotion season. The first race in Las Vegas was a gamble. Do you gamble between dry tires or wet tires? Most of the field went for dry tires, and it started raining on lap 3. The choice for the rain tires was the best decision you could make. For me, it didn't matter because I wasn't really pushing. I was running 15 CT something and expecting to be smoking at the end of the race, running in 22nd position. For the early part of the race. At lap 12, disaster, my driver had to make an emergency pit stop. The steering wheel was making trouble for your driver and it had to be replaced. So in the end, it most likely cost a few places. It was a complete random. I couldn't do anything about it, and finishing the race in 28. And for the last 2 races of the season, I decided to smoke it out because I was safe already. Thankfully, I managed to make the 90% race distance in both races. So lovely, we got the full money reward. So let's take a look at the season standings, and we can see that we got some lovely points in the first 3 races, and then changed driver, and later in the season I managed to pick up 3 points with my new driver. For most of the other races I pushed with some medium risk, so I could still train my driver on fitness, but still get a decent result in the races to get some lovely income. Let's check out my driver. Here you can see her. This is just before the season reset, after race 17. I managed to get a lovely screenshot. Stamina at 114, 22 aggression, and weight at 67. The early part of her contract I did some testing sessions which helped her stamina as well, and after that I didn't do any testing sessions because it wasn't needed. And for most of the season I did fitness training. I believe I did 1 spa resort because I needed the energy. I need to check for next season if I can afford to do fitness training to extend the contract 1 more time into next season. I started the season with $79.6 million, and we gained some money from some racing, and then we spent some money from some testing and new parts that were needed, and then in the end of the season we smoked out the last 2 races, so we gained some cash. Then we paid some taxes and got some prize money, and we ended the season on $79.6 million, so making a basically break even, making a very small profit. So let's take a closer look into the season earnings. This season I earned $246.8 million. Most of the money is from race positions, almost 10 million from qualifying as well, and we got into the first cup round as well, and 40.4 million from sponsors, but those are still the sponsors that were active on the car from last season, from amateur when we were promoting. Check out this video here. Let's take a look at the season expenditures as well. 246.8 million, 60% of that was car parts, and then all other costs are the rest, testing, facilities, maintenance, driver training, driver salary, staff salary, whatever you can think of, but these numbers are from before the season reset. The taxes aren't in it, but you can't get this after the season reset. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon, and check out one of these videos if you haven't, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Goodbye!